bit. My father taught me 90% of what I know. And Dad taught me, I always said I learned how to be a handyman through the apprentice of hard knocks. I screwed up, he gave me a hard knock. So I worked on your home like it's my mother's home. And I figured the old man's going to come by and inspect me, and he's going to knock it, so I make sure it's right. Fear is a great motivator, absolutely.
So now we know how to teach you new things, Mike.
People have asked me, who is a good customer, what's a good referral for me? Everybody kind of figures out what a handyman does, because they just think stuff breaks and call handyman. So what I thought I would do today is tell you a little bit about some of my customers. And the thought process being, as you look at the customers, I'll talk to customers and see some of the projects I've done for them, and that'll kind of give you a little bit of an idea as to what I can also do. So, one category is I looked at all of my customers out there. I broke them down into different categories, and one is busy professionals. You get a lot of people who have, as my father used to say, more time than money. I'm sorry, got it back. More money than time. Not to be a surplus of money, just a shortage of time. And these are people that are working full-time, 2 jobs, and they don't want to take Saturday off, blow their weekend doing something. They don't want to have to take a day of vacation to do things like put in new lights, change dimmers, any of these different things. Bathroom fans, one of them that comes up. As our homes age, you turn on the fan and it starts making more and more noise. You know it's not moving any air. Those are things that people have asked me to come in and get involved in. Another category that I work with, there's a lot of single women and widows in particular. I don't know what it is. I've started probably through word-of-mouth networking. I've gotten a pretty large client base of elderly women who have a trust issue. They want somebody that comes in their home, can do the work, and they don't feel like they're intimidated by them. One woman, and I thought it was hysterical, she said she liked me because I was unmanly. And she spent the rest of the time there trying to back herself out of it because she had a gentleman who came in, and it wasn't from Quarter Schuster, it was from a bad plumbing company, and this guy was very, very overbearing. And he intimidated her to the point where she had a quote, and she was afraid to say no. So she liked the fact that I wasn't, and as she went back, I wasn't intimidating, I wasn't overbearing, I wasn't aggressive. And she kept apologizing for the fact that the first time she used it, she called me unmanly, which she really didn't mean. But I've got a lot of professional women that are willing to have me come into their homes, have a trust element. Most of the homes I work in, people aren't there. They don't want to take a day off to let me come in and do the work. So they give me a garage door code, they give me a key, whatever it is, and it becomes a trust-based thing. And I've done various things, everything from changing locks, painting, staining windows, going through putting in new security lights for people. One of the women that I'm working with right now, she had a roof leak, and it's ruined all the cabinetry in her laundry room. So I'm going to be going in, taking all the cabinets out, taking the drywall out, repair all of that. I may need somebody to come in and do cabinets. It depends on what the budget is. Right now she's thinking how cheap, so it's probably going to be a Home Depot stock cabinets, but we'll see. So I might get you done with the cabinet side of it. The other one is new homeowners. And one of the first things that I always try and tell people, when you've got a new homeowner, there's a lot of things that they need to spend their money on. First and foremost, the most important thing, new door locks. Who here has given their key to the next door neighbor, the one down the block, so that when the kids are locked out, they can get back in? Years have gone by. You've got 8, 10 keys for all the neighbors. You sell, you get the new house. Which one of your neighbors has a key to your home? When the woman across the street moved in, I went over and gave her her keys back. I said, oh, by the way, you need to change your garage door code as well, because she's told me what the garage door code is, and I don't know how many other people. So there's a lot of activities that come up with new homeowners, everything from home improvement to just some basic repairs to some of the things that may have been highlighted on the home inspector list that they chose not to do right away. So new homeowners are great clients for me. And then the handicapped. And when I use the word handicapped, some people think right away of wheelchairs, and you know that's true. I do put in wheelchair ramps. I've put in little landings so people can step up and get onto the landing before they go into their garage, because most of our garages have a concrete step up. Elderly like to lock their house to be safe. I had a woman who would step up to the door and she'd stand there teetering on that step while she's trying to unlock it. So I built her a little 3-foot porch with a handrail on it. She takes a step up and she can stand there nice and safely. That's what a lot of people think of as handicapped. There's also people that get physically handicapped with their hands, arthritic, and they can't turn doorknobs. And you go in and you change all the doorknobs to door levers, like we're in this room, so you can just do that. At the risk of stepping on Ron's toes, I've done a number of situations where I've changed out the water faucets for people to get rid of the 2 hand knobs that they can't turn on and off, so that they can have a lever that they can do. Assist bars in showers, getting in and out of a shower. Handrails on either side of toilets. You know, not necessarily a raised toilet, but a lot of times people don't want to spend that money, but they'll put the little raised toilet seats. All things as people are getting older, they're not really handicapped, but they're accessibility issues. And when you think about the #1 cause of death in the elderly or complications due to falls, that's something you want to think about that's out there. The other thing that's been interesting, I've had a number of women who've moved into some of the Regency. They want to redecorate the apartment that's now their home, and they're no longer able to hang pictures, hang the cuckoo clock and everything else. They need somebody to come in and hold the pictures and put them up on the walls. And they don't have family around, so they hired me for that. And the biggest category, or most entertaining category for me, is the do-it-yourselfers. The people who get the stuff, get in the middle of it, and then discover they're in over their head. One of my favorite ones is a gentleman whose wife called him. He bought this beautiful fiberglass door for the front door. After 3 years of having to scooch by it because it was right next to where she got out of it, she called me and said, "He's out of town. I want to go." He came home and said, "What the hell happened?" And she said, "Your job." The other one that I thought was really interesting, a person in Wauwatosa was getting ready to sell their house. And the wife goes, "How many years do you think we've been in the home?" And I said, "I don't know." She says, "There's 13 projects, it's 13 years. He started one every spring and he never finished it." So I spent 3 days there. He had 80% of the work done. He just needed the last 20% to finish it off. And then elderly that are trying to stay in their homes. People look and say, "I'm moving to a retirement community," and they find out how expensive they are. They can afford to have a lawn service come take care of the lawn, a plowing service take care of the driveway, and me coming in and take care of the house with some of those maintenance issues that are out there. And so basically what I do is I offer carpentry, drywall repair, ceramic tile work, electrical repairs, very minor plumbing, handicap accessibility, and landscape, yard cleanup, things like that. I also do a lot of work with people where they're actually working with me. I had a woman who wanted all of her hostas moved. She couldn't move them anymore. I dug them up, she told me where she wanted them. I just kind of moved around, and I had instant supervision. So they say a picture's worth 1,000 words, so what I wanted to do was just show you some of the projects that I've done. This was a very dated bathroom. They wanted to get rid of the ceramic tile and put a new tile. I went through and did that for them. That's a close-up of some of the tile work that was there. This particular one took out the old floor, put in a new floor, vanity, and faucet, backsplash. Shed. Their door was just rotting away. I built some new shed doors for the person. Here's the handicap ramps. Prefer to put them in the garage. Most people have 2-car garages. When you get elderly, you only need 1 car. Nice, safe. This particular one is 4 years old now, and it still looks brand new because it's not exposed to any of the elements. This is the one I was talking about with the little porch so the woman could get in. She used to stand here, and now she has a little landing. It makes it a little bit easier for her to get in. Closet organization. How many people do you know have got the old wooden closet bars that are just sagging in the middle and the shelves are all warped and twisted? Then they go get a quote from California Closets, have a heart attack. This is cost-effective alternative installing units out of Home Depot, rather affordable. Kitchen backsplashes, you take a kitchen off on the left side with just a plain drywall behind there, and come in, put in ceramic tile. So, number of things that are out there that I do to help you with either repairs, or like in this case, it's not a repair, it's a home improvement. What I do try to encourage everybody to do is please call me if you need help. Even if it's something I don't do, call me, I may know somebody. And that's what I tell all of my clients. I don't do brickwork, but if you need brickwork, I know a good mason. And he's not here because he's up killing Bambi, but Rich Vargas has done my chimney, and he's done chimneys for a number of my clients. And that's what I tell my clients. Call me, let me be your ready reference, and it serves two purposes. I get first right of refusal, but I also am able to generate referrals for my business partners. So thank you very much. Yes, Craig?
How far out are you booked out? I mean, what type of emergency stuff can you do?
I'm booked out 2 to 3 weeks, and that being said, 90% of my clients are more than willing to take and let me reschedule. For instance, when I leave here, I'm going in putting in a new ceiling fan. If I call this woman and say, I've got somebody with a problem, can I push you out? If it wasn't the day before Thanksgiving, she would say, oh sure, not a problem. And so I've done that many times where I've just rearranged things because the vast majority of my projects aren't critical. And since I'm going in when nobody's there, they don't care. And so, yeah, come in whenever you want.
You have a fee structure?
Yes.
You do by job or?
And it's a combination. Some jobs I'll actually go through and give people a firm fixed price. Other jobs I have to look at them and say, hey guys, it's going to be an hourly type of a fee. I don't know what I'm getting into. And yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Do you do assessments? Here's the scenario. My dad's 94, still living independently. Cardiologist said, don't snowblow. He's stubborn, German. And I'm thinking, like from the house to the garage, so she said, don't walk outside because if you fall, that's going to be the end of you. Something from the house to the garage so that he could walk out of it, so that I can't get over there to snowblow for him. Nothing permanent, but I mean, do you do assessments like what ifs?
I sit back and talk with people and say, what is the problem and what can we come up with for a solution? And if we come up with a solution that exceeds my, say with yours, well, we want to take and have a stone wall along here so we can use it. I don't do that. We get Vargas or somebody like that. But yes.
All right, I'll get you for
I'm just going to let this cycle through some of my completed projects. The first one that was up there is my favorite one. I don't know if you caught it. You'll see it again.
Yeah.
It is a recessed light fixture, and it's all burned and melted. And people always ask me, can I put in a larger wattage light bulb?
No.
And the answer to the question isn't no, it's hell no. Because you will burn your house down. There is a reason for that, and they really do overheat, and they really do start fires. New ones have thermostats in them that shut off. 99% of the ones in your homes are not brand new. There is no thermostat, and you will have a fire. So, thank you all very much. I'll be around later.